Hello everyone. Alchemist here. I hope you're having a wonderful time wherever you are. Thank you very much for tuning in. Today is a tarot reading for you. It's going to be a message from spirit, a message from the universe, and I'm going to use this beautiful tarot deck to channel the message for you. If you have any questions that I can answer in upcoming readings, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer these questions for you in the upcoming readings. Okay, let's get right to it. This is a collective reading. It's for everyone who's going to watch this video. It's timeless. Take what resonates. If it doesn't resonate, it's okay. Let's get right to it. Arosmich if itarren et teres killeret matot itten zach alloris if shares imech irren zaroken larach is afen. So, what is the message that we have here from the universe? We have a major arcana that showed up here, but it's reversed, the Hangman reversed. The energy that I'm feeling here from these cards, you're at a point in your life where you finally start to understand who you are. You finally understand why you came here. You finally understand what this life is all about. And you're also kind of starting to understand that material things are not going to give you happiness. You're starting to detach from this materialistic life represented by this Four of Cups here that we have here. And we have here the King of Pentacles reversed. Here the universe is saying that all of the things that you were pursuing before that had to do with money, they were just connected to money, to success, to doing what others tell you to do. Go to school, go to university, get a degree, get a job, work, make money. The things that will, those things that allowed you to become the King of Pentacles, that kind of lifestyle that you've been fed since you were young, about following certain steps which will lead you to becoming the King of Pentacles. You don't believe in them anymore. And you're certain about it. You know that's not what's going to get you happiness. You know that contentment that you're looking for, or the answers you're looking for, because you're asking yourself a lot of questions about existence, about life. You know that money and materialistic things, they're not going to give you that. Because see here, look at this figure. He's surrounded by cups, by pleasures. I see in this reading those cups as these material things. This could be a house, this could be a car, this could be like, I don't know, like a good job that pays you a lot of money. So all of these things that have pleasure, because pleasure is different from happiness. Pleasure only lasts for a short period of time. Happiness or contentment is actually a better term for that, can get you to where you want to be or where you need to be. So you're like this figure, these things, these material things, that's it. Look at the face of the figure. You don't care about them. They don't mean anything to you. You're not fooled by the system anymore. You're not fooled by the corporations anymore. You know that that's not what matters. And that's why the Hangman is reversed. You're standing up. You don't need to be in the hanging position to figure things out. The Moon card reversed, another major arcana. You're embracing your darkness and you're not scared anymore. You're not scared of your darkness. You're not scared of your fears. The spirits that you see, they don't scare you anymore. You used to be scared of spirits and ghosts And if you had a nightmare or a sleep paralysis, they used to frighten you, not anymore. Now you have gained a lot of experience, you've done the research, you have been in the energy of the Hierophant. And that's why the darkness doesn't scare you anymore. If anything, right now you appreciate darkness and you're embracing it and you understand it more than anyone around you. And it's also giving you the power that you have. Let me pull a few cards and elaborate on them. Okay. So here, the universe is telling you that you're entering a period of your life where a lot of work is going to need to be done. A lot of work and consistency. Now you understand that it's not about materialistic things. Now you understand that the system that has been built for you the system that has been built to enslave you, you have escaped it. You understand that you're not in it. You're not in that jail. But now the work starts. Now you need to start the work that's gonna make you go on your path or make you carve your own path. Because the real work starts after you get out of the jail. It takes years to get out of the jail. It takes many years. It's just as hard as the work that you need to start right now. I see it as 50-50. The first 50% of the hard work is you getting out of the jail. What jail? You guys understand what I'm talking about. The brainwashing, the programming, this indoctrination that you have been fed since you were young, with religious programming, societal programming, schools, the people around you, your friends. You need to do this, you need to eat this, you need to behave like this, you need to talk like this, you need to dress like this. If you don't do this, then you're not normal, then you're crazy. If you don't dress or act or talk a certain way, then you're not accepted in society. This kind of jail, this is what I'm talking about. But right now you're out of it. That takes 50% of the work. And in alchemy, that's the nigredo stage. It's when you dissolve, when you decompose all of the elements that don't make you who you are. That's the first 50%. It's almost like now you're entering the albedo stage, the white stage. The black stage is the first stage where you have to get rid of all the things that don't serve your growth. Now you're entering the white stage, the albedo stage. But that's just as hard as the first stage. So you got out of this jail, so now the real work starts. The Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, have done this in his path as well, where it took him 6 years to get rid of all of the programming and him being a royal, being a prince, and practicing, studying, researching, being a samana, being a monk, walking with his companions, roaming around, meditation, ascetic lifestyle. He's done that for 6 years, and then in the 7th year, he became enlightened. But when he became enlightened, then he had to start another journey, which is just as hard, which is to preach and teach and inspire what he has learned. So for you, it's the same thing. Right now, another part of your journey is going to start, and it's going to be as hard. It's not going to be easy, but you're going to do it willingly. You're going to do it deliberately, because that's what you want to do. It's not something that makes you depressed, or it actually makes you full of life, because it's what you love to do. So universe is removing all of these obstacles and difficulties that were holding you back. There was a lot of energies that were stopping you from becoming who you are. These are energies from people around you, from your family, from your friends. Some people have been sending you hexes, evil eye. Also, some malicious spirits were attracted to you. So you going through that phase where you were trying to liberate yourself, it kind of attracted some negative energies as well along the way, which is normal. It's part of the process. But now the universe is going to make sure that these energies are not going to reach you easily. They might come every now and then, but now you know how to handle them. You know, you're going to know how to handle them because you are the Princess of Wands. You're the powerful witch. You're the powerful oracle, and no one can mess with you. Because if someone is going to try to send you an evil eye or an hex, you're going to burn them. Not physically speaking, but their life is going to be jeopardized, in jeopardy. Look how powerful she looks. She's inside the fire and she's not burning. It's you. Because you're going to enter this stage right now where you are fiery, where you understand fire. You're still calm, you're still peaceful. But if someone messes up with you, if someone tries to harm you, they're going to see your fire. And that fire it's fatal. It's very, it's mesmerizing too. Because this is the fire of the spirit realm. And what we see, for example, in the physical reality, for example, the candle flame, right? It's just a little bit. It's a little portion from the fire of the spirit. Because there's two kinds of fires. There is the fire of the spirit realm, and there's the fire that we see here in the physical reality. This fire that we see here in the physical reality is just a little portion. It's like a 10% of the power and the beauty of the real fire that we don't see. That's in the world of the unseen. Sometimes it shows up in the physical fire. You can see it as the green hue. Sometimes, have you ever seen the fire that becomes green? That's the real fire from the spirit realm. And in alchemy, that's called the salamander. And in alchemists, before you reach the philosopher's stone, one crucial step for the philosopher's stone to become a stone, like a real stone, you need to invoke the salamander of fire. It's this green fire. And you need to invoke it, and it only comes if you invoke it, but it doesn't show up easily. You have to be so aligned and so in tune with who you are, and so peaceful and so balanced in order for the salamander, the fiery salamander to show up. And the color of that fire is green. And that's why the color of the occult is green as well, because green is the color of the occult. And they call it the salamander because when it shows up like a snake. It's almost like it has the form of a snake. It's swirling. This fire swirls. So it looks like it's a snake. And the color of the snake is green. And the snake or a serpent is the symbol of wisdom in alchemy. It's also the symbol of the hidden. It's the symbol of the occult. So it only makes sense that the salamander, the alchemical salamander, is always hidden, because not only it's green, it's made up of fire, and it's the only way that you can reach the philosopher's stone. So the alchemist will invoke this salamander of fire, and if you're one of the very, very few ones who can invoke this fire shows up, and it gives you the necessary heat that you need in order to reach the final step to get the philosopher's stone. But you might ask, well, why can't you just use these devices or ovens, electric ovens, or even with gas, and just, give extreme fire? There's no need for you to invoke this fire. But that's what makes the difference between alchemy and chemistry. In chemistry, yeah, you can do that, and you're not going to get anything magical. You're just going to get some kind of substances that don't mean anything. Maybe some of them can be useful for life, for certain applications. But if you want real magic, if you want the philosopher's stone, now you have to involve the spirit realm. You have to involve the unseen. And that's why you have to invoke this fire. So that's your power right now. It's this fiery power. No one can harm you, and the universe is going to make sure to back you up on that. But a lot of work is awaiting you ahead. But it's going to be fulfilling work. You're going to do it while being happy. It's something you would love to do for free. It's something that you just want to do. You feel like it's your purpose. So it's not work that will drain you. The Knight of Wands again. Princess of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Not this not only it's gonna make you the powerful witch, the powerful oracle, but it's gonna make you meet your other half, your twin flame, your soulmate, who's also fiery. He's the Knight of Wands. And you together, combining your powers, the divine feminine and the divine masculine, you will take over. It's gonna be a point of no return. It's gonna be just unbelievable energy, unbelievable aura. You can accomplish anything you want in your life. And this doesn't have to be in the sense of conquering or being negative. I'm talking about this, about the two of you will understand your purpose. You will understand your path. And if it's about helping people, you will help people. Both of you, those power combined together, you will do it together in your own ways, but it's still gonna be more powerful than if you just do it on your own here or on your own here. This can be also a representation of the divine feminine and divine masculine within you, but the energy here is more of meeting that person who complements who you are. You are 100% on your own. On your own, you're full. You're 100%. You don't need anyone. You don't need anything. But when this person shows up, you guys just ascend. You go to the next level. You know that in some stories that stem from Buddhism, but also from the ancient Greeks as well, which is quite interesting because they're two different cultures, but they kind of say the same thing. They say that humanity, or the human race, or the souls, at first, millions of years ago, this is not thousands, not hundreds of thousands, millions of years ago, the souls were genderless. So as in like the physical body, first of all, it was light. So everyone that was inhabiting Earth was kind of a divine being, right? This is before humans became humans. So divine beings existed. They still had a body, but they had magical powers. They were able to do anything they want, manifest from thin air, fly, teleport. They were giants, much more taller, much more beautiful, very gorgeous looking. But gender didn't exist. The masculine and the feminine didn't exist. So this sex thing did not exist. So they were just divine beings. And this millions of years ago. And then as time went, okay, as time passed by, these divine beings started not being so divine anymore. They started, you have the expression falling from grace, right? That's one expression for this situation. They started falling from grace. They were not divine anymore, and they started falling from their divinity slowly, slowly but surely, slowly but surely, slowly but surely. And as they were falling, they became more dense, more physical. less light. At a certain point, they couldn't fly anymore. They didn't have that magic anymore. And also, when they were divine beings, I forgot to mention that they didn't need to eat. There was no food. Food didn't exist. So as time went by, they started losing their abilities, their magical powers, the ability to fly, the ability to be divine, to have magic, until they reach a point where they started eating, they started drinking water. The first thing they started to do is to drink water, whereas before they didn't need anything. And now they start to become more and more physical, more and more physical. And now they're not as divine and as tall and as majestic as before. Now they are like a little bit shorter. And then millions and millions of years passed by until they became so dense and so physical. They had to eat some stuff from earth, like herbs and stuff like that. Now they started relying on food and water. And they split into two genders. Now they were not one divine beings anymore. Now they became male and female. And from that point on, humanity was just going downwards. So the source of the twin flame concept is that at some point, millions and millions and millions of years ago, or billions of years ago, maybe that soul was one thing in one body, before it split into two entities, a woman or a man. And maybe that's why nowadays there's a lot of this gender thing talk, because maybe some people are remembering that, but they don't know how to make it work with our reality. Maybe they remember that they were just one thing. Maybe, I'm just saying maybe, I don't know. It's just a thought. I'm just thinking out loud. But when humans fell from grace, manifested into two genders, they lost their divinity, their powers. They're not as tall anymore. Oh, also another thing that these cultures say, they became uglier. Why do you think humanity is obsessed with beauty? With actors, singers, celebrities, beautiful people always have it easy. It's because the source of humanity, the original divine beings, every single divine being was beautiful. Everyone was gorgeous, every single one. But when humanity lost their divinity, they started eating, they lost their powers, they started becoming uglier and uglier. Now they weren't attractive anymore. They became shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter as well. They weren't very tall anymore. And they started taking different body sizes. Some of them became large, some of them became thin, some of them became skinny, some of them became overweight. And that's why humans are the way they are nowadays. But in the beginning, it was divine, gorgeous looking beings that were all the same size, all the same height, all with magical powers, with divine beauty. So humans lost all of that throughout millions or billions of years. So in Buddhism, there's a story that talks about this in detail, and in Buddhism, it is believed that's how life have evolved. So you meeting that counterpart, this could have been that initial soul, and the both of you, millions of years ago, you were one thing. That's why when you meet your twin flame, real twin flame, okay, not some obsession you make up in your mind, a real twin flame, even if you're from two different cultures, you're from two different parts of the world, you could be from Europe And he could be from Asia, you could be from Africa, and he could be from like like the north, I don't know, Nordic places like Scandinavia or something. You're still gonna see that you have so many traits in your physical body that are similar. And it's fascinating. And it's kind of, you look alike, even though you're from completely two different races. You have like features that are very similar. And you could be even have like a different skin color. Like one can be black, and then, like for example, the counterpart could be black, your white's black, just as an example, right? But you're gonna notice that the features are similar. I'm talking about real twin flames, the real ones, not because 90% of the people think they found their twin flames, but they're not. They just think it's the twin flame. But it's okay. I'm not condemning anyone. If you're happy with whoever you are, be happy, you know. It's not about finding your twin flame. So, you being the Princess of Wands, you're gonna meet your Knight of Wands, and together you're going to ascend to that divinity that you had in the beginning. One last card. We have the Ten of Cups. Unity, coming into union, the balance between the divine masculine and divine feminine, gaining your powers back, becoming magical, becoming divine, becoming beautiful, and understanding what life is all about. That life is about doing good, being good, spreading good energy, spreading high frequencies, and trying to be the best of who you are, trying to be your greatest version. That's what life is about. Don't generate bad karma. Generate always good karma for yourself, for everyone around you. That will give you the peace you're looking for. Okay? So I hope this helps. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate it. If you have, again, any questions, let me know in the comment section, and maybe I can answer these questions in the upcoming readings for you. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next reading. Ros, nech, zon, shek, res, lich. Aros, ist, I son, I rest. Isho.